Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
The worker business object right. The worker business object and the dependent information will be where? Name age dependent information. The dependent name dependent age phone number and the employee information only. It will be in the dependent. Isn't it? That's what we saw, didn't we? When we created the related business object, we looked at the business object. We went to the related business object. We saw that there was a linkage. There are certain fields that act as a linkage between a primary business object and a related business object. Right. And what is the linkage between worker and dependent? Is it a multi-instance? Is it a single instance? What kind of relationship is there between a worker and a dependent? What kind of relationship do we have? Multi-instance. Right. So worker to dependent is one to many, isn't it? One to many or multi-instance, because one worker may have multiple dependents. Correct. So let's say, I want. Okay, sorry, before I go there. And what was the problem with the related business objects that we saw? Could we filter on the related business objects? The fields from the related business object like dependent. Could we add them in the filter of a report? No, what did we do? We had to do it in the sub-filter. We had to do it in the sub-filter. Right. We had to do it in the sub-filter. Now, there were certain issues and challenges with the one in the sub-filter. Right. What if we do not want something? What if we do not want? We completely want to eliminate that record. Right. So it becomes difficult if it is only in the sub-filter. Right. So it is always better if we have some way of bringing that information from the related business object onto the primary business object. Okay. Right. It is because if you bring it in the primary business object straight away, instead of a sub-filter you can use a filter. Correct. And then in the filter, you can actually filter your output based on that. Which is a wonderful thing to have, okay. And also you would be able to take some related actions, etc. directly from the main report output itself. So it is very useful in reporting purposes. And also sometimes what happens? You have to do some calculation for your integrations, for your EIBs, for your code connectors, where you have to get the information from the related business object and put it in the main or primary business object. So here, what we are trying to do is we are going to find out what is the age of the eldest dependent. Age of the eldest dependent of a worker. Right. We are going to do that in the When we did the related business object filters and sub-filters, what did we do? We selected only the dependents who were, more than 10 years old. Right. That's what we did. But now we are going to look for the eldest dependent. How would you do that if you were doing it using a filter or sub-filter? Would you be able to do that in any way? Difficult, right? It's difficult. Now, how would we do it using a calculated field? So let's break it down first. Age of the eldest dependent of a worker. So there are two things to it. One is eldest dependent of a worker, and then age of the eldest dependent. Isn't it? First we have to find out who is the eldest dependent. Then we find out what is the age of that eldest dependent. Right. We break it down into smaller pieces. Now eldest dependent. One worker may have many dependents. Right. So now, when you have multiple dependents, how do you find the eldest dependent? Based on what? Based on the age. Based on the age of the dependent. So if I say how to find the eldest dependent. Right. So first of all. So we will find it on the basis of the age of the dependent. Correct. And then if I am going to find the eldest, then what can I do? Can I sort it in some manner and then take one? Let's say you have the age like 10, 15, and 42. Correct. This is how you have it. Let's make it the other way around. 15, 10, and 42. So how would you find the eldest one? This is your sample population. Try trying it. Highest one to lowest one. So sort. Yeah. Descending. Right. Sort descending. If that is what you are going to do, then it will be sorted like 42, 15, 10. Right. This is with me. This will be the sorting. And then what would you do? Take the first one. Take the first one. So sort descending. Take the first one. That is equivalent to the eldest. Right. This is the eldest. If somebody has only one dependent, age 35, will our logic work in that case as well? We sort descending, so it will be 35. Take the first one. 35, right. So our logic works. If there are multiple even more, then what? What if we have 42 twice? What if we have 42 twice? Yes, very interesting. That is difficult. That is seriously difficult. Or maybe, yeah, let's remove the 63. Yeah, then we have to return both their names. Right, because we are looking at the eldest one. Okay, so we have to return both. But yeah, then we have to find out. Is there any other way of matching or maybe of having a tie break? Like if there
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@uptalk.com.